Hey guys, Richard here with Downgrade Survival. We need to have a conversation, and it's been a little while, but, well, here's the deal. The world is a mess, and we know this. The world has awakened to the idea that things are a mess. And every time you turn on the news, every time you go on social media, you start hearing about the atrocities and the things that are happening all around the world. It's things that we have talked about on this channel. We prepared for it. We've predicted it. We've tried to implore all of you to get ready for it, and a lot of you have. A lot of you have gone out and you started preparing and you started getting ready for the things that we're seeing right now all around us. Look, there was a time where we used to say, "Oh, look what's happening over there." Okay, I'm talking about overseas, third world countries, the turmoil, the fighting, the unrest, and just the horrible things that were taking place. But just as we predicted on this channel about 18 months ago, 2 years ago, we said things were going to get significantly worse here in the United States. And they have. Look, there's a lot of you that have taken our advice. Some of you have been, dismissive of some of the advice that has been shared with you. So I just want to come back at you again and let you know that the world's gone to shit. Hey guys, Richard here with Downgrid Survival. On today's edition of Downgrid Survival, we're going to talk about the Anker Solix right here. Before we jump into that, let's talk for a moment about what's going on in the world. Have you looked out your window recently? We talked about that here on this channel here, I don't know, about 18 months ago, and we said there's going to come a time where the things that you're seeing on your television set that are going on out in the world, that you're going to be able to see them just simply by looking out your front window. And we have reached that point because the world around us has continued to deteriorate just like we predicted on this channel right here. And it is a mess, and it's going to continue to get worse, and it's going to get worse at a rapid pace. I'm telling you, I've said it before. Now is the time. Remember when I used to say that on this channel? Now is the time to get prepared. Listen, folks, we are past time to get prepared for the turmoil and the difficulties that we're facing here in this country. It's not too late. You can still get caught up, but you need to get there fast. I'm talking about food, water, medical supplies, and energy, just like right here. So let's talk about energy for a minute. Why do you need to be energy prepared? Because contrary to what some believe, one of these days, the lights very would could go out and not come back on. I know you're sitting here saying, Richard, that's never going to happen here. This is the United States of America, and we are good to go. Let me tell you, no, we're not. If you stop for a moment and look at everything that has transpired over the last couple of years, your eyes should be wide open by now to the idea that anything can happen, okay? We're not talking about those things that we used to watch on television about all the terrible things that were happening overseas, over there somewhere, third world countries. No, those things are now happening right here in the United States. Mark my words, one day the electricity is going to go out and you're going to be in the dark unless you have a product like the Anker Solix C1000. Now, let's talk about the C1000, what it is and what it can do for you. It is 1,056 watts of storage capacity. It has a huge 1,800 watts of output. I'll explain all this jargon in just a moment. Let me just get through this spiel. You've got 11 ports to be able to charge items, and it's got super fast charging. They say it can go from 0 to 100% in just 58 minutes using HyperFlash. That's a technology that Anker has built into their system here. It's got a 5-year warranty. Anything goes wrong with this unit, it can be replaced or repaired through Anker. What else can I tell you about this thing right here? So here's a feature that I really like. It's expandable. I like the 1,000 watt hour capacity units because they're small, they're lightweight. This one right here is only 28 pounds, but it makes them really portable. But sometimes that 1,000 watts of capacity isn't quite enough and you need more storage capacity, right? Well, they solve that by They solve that by offering an expansion battery that doubles the capacity, okay? So now you can have a 2,000 watt unit. Now here's something else. There's a lot of units on the market, and you might be saying, hey Richard, you know, there's a lot of competition out there, there's a lot of things that we can go out and buy. What makes this one special? Well, for one, it's very competitively priced for what you're getting. Right now it's on sale. You can get this unit for about 750 bucks. We're talking 1,056 watt hours of storage capacity, outputting 1,800 watts, and you can get it for about $750, which is a great deal. So make sure you check the links down below and go check it out. Hey, look, there's a lot of name brands out there. Anker is just one of them, but Anker is known for making great products at an affordable price for more people. It doesn't have all the whiz-bang features that some of these really high-tech companies are putting into their systems. It gives you what you need in order to survive a down-grid situation. Now, it does come with an app, so you can control it with an app and do some kind of nice whiz-bang features, okay? You can do some things with it. You don't have to have the app in order to operate this right here. It's easy. You can put it on the shelf. You can just leave it plugged in. You can keep the battery charged up, ready to go for when you need it. Look, at 28 pounds, it's easy to grab this thing and go in case you need to bug out to your alternate location or to get out of Dodge. And I'm talking, you know, whether you need to get out of Dodge because there's a tropical storm, there's an earthquake, there's a train accident in your neighborhood, there's something that requires you to get out and go fast, or it could be, terrorist incidents in World War III, which is knocking on our doorstep right now. You need to take energy with you when you go, okay? Because you need to be able to power up your radios, your cell phones, in case there still is cell phone service, and well, I wouldn't expect it. Some of you have medical equipment, but you might want to be able to charge up a small hot plate, be able to provide, plug in some USB light bulbs, and just give yourself some electricity. There's lots of reasons why we need electricity, even when the lights go out. Okay, so think about that. If you don't have something like this, you need to get it, and you need to get it soon. All right. Back to some of the jargon I was mentioning. What does all this mean? All right, 1,056 watt hours of storage capacity. How much is that? What's that do for me? Think of it this way. Most microwaves are about 1,000 watts. They're 1,000 watt microwaves. What that means is if you turn that microwave on and run it for 1 hour, and it's consuming 1,000 watts at a time, that's what you're going to get out of this unit right here. You're going to get 1,056 watt hours of capacity, so you can power a microwave for an hour. Okay, who needs to power a microwave for an hour? We're not cooking a Thanksgiving turkey in the microwave. But what we do need is we need to be able to warm up some food, warm up a can of soup, warm up our Spam or whatever it is that you're consuming, and that takes what, 3 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes at the most. So you can operate a microwave for quite a number of times using this unit right here. What else can you do with it? Let's talk about USB light bulbs. Okay, you can get a USB light bulb that plugs in here. Oh, by the way, it's got a light that's built in, which is pretty nice. But if that's not enough for you, plug in a USB light bulb. Those only use like 3 watts, 4 watts of electricity. How long can that last? On a 1,056 watt storage of energy right here, it's going to last you a very long time. Okay. All right. We talked about 1,800 watts of output. What does that really mean, Richard? Well, that means if you plug in all 11 devices at one time, each one of those devices can maybe run, 300 watts, 50 watts, 3 watts, whatever it is. The total capacity of everything you got plugged into it at one time can't exceed 1,800 watts. Well, it's kind of hard to do unless you're plugging something in that is really power hungry, like, let's say, a hair dryer. Okay, most hair dryers, they're right about 1,800 watts because they have that heating element inside there. Okay, so that means you could plug in a hair dryer, and that's probably going to be the only thing you can operate at one time. Your microwave, when you're running your microwave, you can't have a whole bunch of other stuff running at the same time because your microwave, we know, uses 1,000 watts of energy. So that means you've got about 800 watts there that you can still use. So that's what that means, 1,800 watts of output. Now, How are you going to recharge this thing? Well, if the lights are out, you can't plug it into your AC wall outlet and recharge it that way. So you're going to have to use solar, so make sure you pick up a solar panel from Anker. Now this unit right here can input 500 watts of solar. What does that mean? Solar panels come in different sizes. Oftentimes you'll find them 100 watt, 200 watt, sometimes 400 watt solar panels, right? You can input 500 watts worth of solar panel at one time. So let's say you go out there and you buy 2 of Anker's 200 watt solar panels for a total of 400 watts of energy. You plug those in, you got 400 watts now going into this machine. How long is it going to take you to recharge this? Well, this unit carries 1,056 watts of storage capacity, right? And if we completely depleted it, let's just round it off and say 1,000 to make things simple. If you have about 400 watts of energy going in, it's going to take you 2 hours, 2.5 hours to kind of top this off and get it filled up again. You know, that's basic math. Now, one thing you need to understand, if you buy a 200 watt solar panel, even in ideal conditions, it's not going to generate 200 watts of energy, okay? Let's be realistic. It just doesn't quite work that way. I mean, under perfect laboratory conditions, it might, but realistically, you might get about 150 watts out of it, depending on if you are in the direct sunlight, if you're getting the sun at the perfect angle onto your solar panel. So just be aware of that. So even if you get 200 watt solar panels, just plan on maybe 300 watts of energy going into this thing realistically. And if that's the case, you know, it's going to take you just over 3 hours to get this thing topped off, which can easily be done during the daytime. So this thing is ready for you to use throughout the evening. Guys, look, I tell you what, we've talked about different energy power stations and things on this channel before, but I really like this one right here for its features. I like it because it's easy to use, and I like it because of its price. Enough said. If you're interested, go check out the links down below. Go see what Anker has. They've got other units. They've got smaller ones. They've got bigger ones. You might find something else you like better, but I recommend this one right here. I really like units that are in that 1,000 watt capacity because it keeps them light enough that I can just grab it and go if I need to get out of Dodge. Hey, that's it for this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you have questions about Anker, drop it down below. The community can help answer all of your questions about solar energy, power stations, solar panels. Ah, yeah. Hey, that's it. Until the next one, be safe.